Morning, folks. This morning will be shaving cream that's mentholated from LEA. If I remember right, this is was it 100 grams? I think that's what it is. I have a link down below. Excuse me, you can find it at Italian Barber. Got the album block, complete with no rubber band. I got the Stirling Witch Hazel that's mentholated Black Ice. I'm going to be following the shave up with some fine snakebite aftershave, sticking with the menthol theme, and the still using the Cremo beard oil, tea tree mint, and it's got a little bit of the shaven sailor beard oil mixed in with it. And I've got the cream whipped up here in a small bowl with a brushless badger knot from the Distinctive Goat. Here it is in a little bowl here. I got it whipped up, if you can see that. Seemed to whip up pretty good. I've never had any real problems with these shaving cream not whipping up quite nicely, if you will. When it comes out of the tube, it's an ivory color, an off-white color. It always works out well for me. I kind of like this shaving cream. And the blade of choice is, I think it's pronounced Zorrik. And this one here is a Super Platinum. And it comes by the way of Super Max, I think, is where this is a part of. And this is what the box looks like. If you can see that, get the glitter off of it. Comes in a cardboard box there. You get 5 blades in a package there. And I've got it installed here in a R89T, or twist, if you will. Twist being that the knob here makes it a 2-piece design, and the handle's a little over 4 inches, and I think it's right about 3 ounces in weight. It's got just a tiny bit of an overhang here for those that shave up around the nose. Might want to be aware of, but outside of that, as you can kind of tell, it's the handle's a little bit bigger than your standard R41 or 89 as far as that goes. Even though with this being bigger, it doesn't necessarily add a whole lot to the weight. Got some eye right there. I'll take it apart at the end of the video, show you how it looks on the inside there. It, I guess you might say, fairly standard. The post that comes down is only about that long. It's not a real long post. It's getting pretty darn small. What's left of my cube. And I've already used a hot towel to the face this morning. It's been a little while since I've used this one, and if you're hunting for one of these, they're not the easiest to find. That one wasn't easiest to find. As a matter of fact, I found it by accident. I wasn't even looking for it. But when I found it, I thought I'd give it a try, because I didn't have, I guess you might say, an R89 version. And I don't know that it's that much different than an Edwin Jagger when you shave with it, for instance. I'm not too sure if most people notice much of a difference in between the two. Could be just me too. But the that twist version for the R89, believe it or not, it also comes with the R41. Do not have the R41 twist, but I did find that there's at least one, and I'm not too sure if I trust the rest of what I was looking at, but there's at least one R41 as well as the R89 twist on Razor Emporium. These are not new models. These are used ones, and the used ones at Razor Emporium will run you right about $58. Not exactly the cheapest razor by any means, especially being a used one. But the R41 twist is something I've been kind of sort of interested in. Kind of. Just a little. I mean, I do have this one here, and I have shaved with it before. And it's a pretty smooth shaver, especially if it's paired up with your favorite blade. This is a badger nut. No, switching gears here, changing the subject, but this shed one there. This one here is a lot different than my other knots. Matter of fact, it's a conversation I remember hearing about horsehair, about it getting tangled up. Really don't have a problem with my horsehair knots getting tangled up, the bristles getting tangled up. This one here though, this one's a different story. It fits that bill. And I don't know if it's because of how long the bristles are, but I mean it's a really soft knot. I mean it's very comparable in my opinion to a horsehair knot, in that it's very soft. I find horsehair knots being fairly soft, but this one here, not necessarily, not quite floppy, doesn't quite fit that category, but this one here, if there was one that fits the category getting tangled bristles, it's this one. I need to cut my hair today. I need a haircut. I haven't used this blade maybe one other time. It's not a bad blade, but it's not the smoothest either. At least not with this shaver, which you know, you'd think it would be. If you're a larger guy than me, which most people are, got bigger hands, this one here just might be what you're looking for, because if you're like maybe the shave that an R89 gives you, but the handle's a little bit on the short side, this one here just might be what you're looking for. The knob on the end is not a, how can you say, it does not twist easily. So in other words, even though I've got my little finger at the end of it, it's not moving around, rolling around or anything like that. So in other words, getting loosened up or anything like that, I wouldn't see that that would be a risk or an issue with this particular shaver. I can smell the menthol. I would consider this shaving cream, we should say that it's heavy on the menthol, but it's enough there to let you know that it's there. It's not overwhelming by any means. Just enough where your nose is picking it up. At least my nose. And this works out pretty, it feels really creamy. This is one of my favorite shaving creams. They make good stuff. The more it seems like I shave with, the more I feel like it's one of those that I would want if I was to downsize the number of creams and soaps and whatnot that I have. This would be one I want to hang on to right along with Preshave. Now if you're working on a much smaller budget, because I think at Italian Barber, I've had this one here a little while, and I got it from Gifts and Care quite a while back, so you may want to watch for this one on sale, because I think it's running about $7 or $8 a tube, and for me that seems a bit steep. I know last time I got this at Gifts and Care, I was paying what, between $3 and $4 without the shipping. The shipping, yeah, gotta watch for it. But at any rate, it's well, like anything else I pay, I try to get them on sale at a reduced rate instead of paying the premium price of $8 for the tube. I have a hard time. It's just maybe just me, but shaving creams and soaps, I feel like my soaps last a lot longer. I go through the shaving cream quite a bit quicker, which goes back to, might want to opt for a shaving brush that has a smaller knot, so that you're, how you say, if you're rinsing out your brush on every shave, you're rinsing out a lot of your product right down the drain. So a smaller knot might be in order. But if you have a lot of area to shave, I understand going with the bigger knot. But shaving with a shaving cream, it does have its pluses in that it's really quick and easy to lather up. Not that I had any problems with soap, but for some folks, you can kind of understand why they might want to go with a shaving cream. As it goes for a sense when it comes to shaving creams, for me at least, with my nose, the creams don't seem to have a scent that's very strong. At least for my nose. My nose, yeah, there's some days it doesn't work very well, so in other words, your nose probably will pick up a lot different smell, scent strength than what mine does. I do have some moments though where it works rather well. Still feeling pretty smooth. There's, in my opinion, sometimes that third pass comes closer to being a pickup pass against the grain. It still feels pretty, it's still creamy, the vase still feels pretty smooth, but as it goes for R89 being what it should be, not an aggressive shaver. Still got some whiskers there that need to be taken off. But I've got also parts of my face that's already smooth. Got some more I'm going to put on there. This is one of those, this shaver is one of those shavers that I think is what I would consider a fun shaver, out of the ordinary for me. Don't have very many two-piece design ones, and this one here being a twist at the bottom. A unique shaver. You don't see very many shave of the days with them. I don't know if that has anything to do with number of folks not liking the handle, or the fact that it just they don't like that knob at the end, which I don't mind. I mean, like I say, it's not creating a problem at all. But the handle, I wouldn't call it knurling, more along the lines of what was etched into the handle. Looks pretty, looks great, but I wouldn't call it grippy. In other words, having your little finger at the end of the handle sure does help out a lot. I think I've got most of it. Like I refer to as a sociably acceptable shave. There's some feedback with this blade. I don't know, I've got so many blades now, and some of them I really do like. Aster Green's another one. Personas. I've got some that I get really good shaves with, and not too terribly expensive. I don't know if I'd buy a 100-pack of these in comparison to all the rest that I've got. I have to look at the price again, but I think with the price point where this falls in at, I've got other blades that I like better. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with this one, it's just I bought others that kind of pushes this one out since I have the others already. Feels pretty decent though. I would have to say, as it goes, how did this shave feel? Do I feel like I can get another shave with this blade? I think I could. I'm pretty sure I could, especially with this shaver. This shaver here, it's very comparable. It might be just a touch more efficient than a Edwin Jagger, maybe. we are kind of splitting hairs. In other words, it's a very close call. In other words, both the Edwin Jagger and the R89 twist are very close, and as it goes for fit and finish and how great it looks, both of them are very, very close. This like flip a coin, unless there's you like the difference in the handles and one being longer than the other. Do not anticipate any stinging this morning. It's a pretty good shave. Definitely one of those kind of shaves where you could consider it effortless. I got just a tiny bit right there, just a tiny bit. Really nothing much to be speaking of. Go ahead and show you what this looks like. I'm going to take it apart here. Knob up here at the end of the handle. And the way I would load it as well as taking it apart, make sure the plug's in the sink, is you can just twist it right here. And it's not much of a twist. And see, it's not a very long post at all. And that's what the blade looks like on the inside. Like I say, it's pretty, I guess you might say, typical or standard. This particular blade came wrapped with two papers, and you can kind of tell by there at the end it's got numbers on the ends, on the tabs if you will. That's what the inside looks like. Like I say, it's pretty standard. I'll clean it up before I put it back together. That is one thing nice about these kind of shavers. In my opinion, the 3-piece or the 2-piece are somewhat easier to clean up as opposed to the twist open. Twist open to me takes a bit more effort than what these do. Especially if you're looking at trying to get your shave on in a hurry. You don't want to spend a whole lot of time doing a lot of cleanup. A 2-piece or a 3-piece might be in order. Smelling good this morning. I really like mentholated witch hazel. I think that's what I'm going to stick with for the most part. I think I might do some flavors. I still got some that are flavored. I haven't. Might work them in maybe next month. Been looking at videos, and I still can't. For me, the way my head's wired, maybe. In other words, you're using a shavette, shaving right hand, right side, left hand, left side. Doesn't fit in my head. I go the exact opposite. I feel more comfortable feeling like I can use right hand, left side, left hand, right side. Just seems to be. That seems to work better for me in my head. I haven't tried it just yet, of course, but I'm going to do a practice run without a blade and see how that works for me. But from the best I can tell, the way I'm visualizing myself, it might be one of those different kind of shavers when I shave with each hand going to the opposite side instead of the same side. It doesn't look like the way I shave with the shavette, it just seems like it's going to work better for me. I was flipping the coin in my head, going in between using snake bite or cryogen this morning. Definitely going with the menthol theme. I had a great shave this morning, and this brush here is I like this handle. It works well right there. Not a lot of tinging going on the side of the bowl because of the loft, and this is a unique brush to me. Like I said, I'm working with trying to lather with it without tangling the bristles up. This is the one. If I got one that gets tangled bristles, this is the one. Something I'll work through with the Badger brush, huh? Hope everybody's doing well. Having a great Sunday, hopefully. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.